Good morning, day 293, cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. Today it's going to be a pleasant 66 degrees. So far the sun is out, but I have an appointment at 1, so can't stay home again today. I really need to make an effort to clear my calendar. So tomorrow is my daughter's birthday, so I told her I would take her to lunch, but I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or not. If not, it'll be a different day, but I have to hurry up and get that wreath made, so I'll be working on that today. So when we went to the party yesterday, they had the best little finger sandwiches. And it doesn't sound like anything epic, but it was marble rye, which is one of my favorites. You've seen me bring it home on my channel here often. And cream cheese with ranch dressing and dill, and then a nice thick slice of cucumber on it with some pepper. Those were so good. Everybody liked them. Not just me because I'm vegetarian, but everybody was saying, oh, those are so delicious. So I have to make those. But I'm going to go ahead and make them with probably my French bread. It won't be as good, but I am not going shopping. But I'll tell you what, I will go buy the marble rye again and try that down the road. So we have 2 more days of a little bit warmer weather, and then it's going to be going down into the 50s again. So I think that'll probably be it for the warmer weather. I talked to my 2 older grandsons and asked them if they could come over and just help me in the garden for an hour, because I think that's all I need to get the rest of the things done that I need to get done. But coordinating them on their time, that is a different story, because they're both very busy. One works a lot, and the other one has school and soccer. He's very much into soccer, and he's a really good soccer player. So, getting that coordinated is not going to be easy. But we'll see. If not, I'll just let it go till spring and call it good. But I do still have to cover up some of my furniture. And some of it I'm not going to cover up. And whatever isn't good in the spring is going in the trash. And it'll be part of my downsizing project. So that's going to be my day today. Some more running around, and I'll let you see what I still have in my refrigerator in just a little bit, and we'll see what the day brings. I do have to stop at my mom's afterwards because she lives right around where I have the appointment, so I'm going to go visit her too. All right, I will be back in a little bit, and we'll see what's for breakfast. I'm having my coffee this morning and working on my little wreath. So I just wanted to show you how I'm doing this in case anybody else wants to make one. Like I said, I saw these wreaths for sale online a few years ago, and I thought they were so cute. I don't know how they made them, but this is how I'm making them. So I want to share that with you. So let me just see if I can do this without my camera tripod falling over. Okay, I think that'll work. So I have a piece here about this long. It's about maybe 9-10 inches. It all depends on how long you want your, well, I don't know what you'd call it. Anyway, this is my guide piece. So I'm just going to, And this raffia I got from the Dollar Tree, and it comes in long pieces like this. So I just cut the same length all the way down to the end of the piece, however that is. There's no real formula to this. I just cut it as long as I can. And this piece was a little too long. So that's it, and I just cut a clump of it. Let's see, I lost a piece here. Okay, there we go. And some of it is a little longer and some of it's a little shorter, however you like to make it. And then I have a short piece left over, and you can either put that in there or discard it. So now I have several pieces, and I find the middle of it, and then down here you have a loop. So hopefully you can see this. Not real well. Let me bring this down a little bit more. All right. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to find the middle of the piece. Loops are at the bottom. And then this has a little side metal here. So this loop, or this piece, is all done. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to loop it through like this. And I'm going to bring all of the end pieces right through the loop. Very easy. So it makes a knot around the metal, and then I'm going to pull it tight. All right, there we go. Now this one is a little too long. It's longer than the rest of them. So I'm just going to trim that off a little bit, and you don't want it real even. You just trim wherever. So there we go with that. And then I'm going to push that all the way against, against this. And then I'm just going to fill each section up with more of these. And that kind of holds it together a little bit once you get them all in there. So that's how I'm making this. And I'm going to go all the way around this first loop. And then I'm going to come back and make a second loop, probably here or here. I'm not sure. I have to see which looks better. So that's how I'm making that, and then when I'm done doing all that, preparing all the raffia, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue this little guy on here. Now I may have to put, I'm not sure yet, I'm doing this by the seat of my pants like I do everything. I may have to glue. Let me bring you back up here. All right, there we go. I may have to glue some cardboard or something back here, maybe styrofoam, foam board. I'm not sure yet. I have to work that out because the little guy's head is smaller than the wreath. So, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I think he'll be cute and they'll make a nice door wreath. So I just wanted to show you how I'm doing that in case anybody else wanted to go ahead and make one too for their door. All right, I will be back in a little bit with some breakfast. Hi, I'm back. Cheers. Still at it. I wanted to tell you a couple more things that I'm finding as I'm making this wreath, because we're learning this together. Some of this raffia is very stiff when you first take it out of the package. So what I'm doing after I cut my strips, I'm just sort of breaking it down a little bit. Now you don't want to tear it, but you know, you just want to break it down a little bit so that it's not so stiff. And then again, you know, you just loop it through, and all it is a loop. And I know you can't see this, but I'll show you the next thing that I do. Once I get the loop through, so hang in there a second, because I want to show you this so it's not looking like a broom. You don't want it to look like a broom. All right, so you pull it tight and push it over. Now what I do is I just take it and I crumble it a little bit. Crumble it up so it's not, like I said, so it doesn't look like a broom. And some of this raffia I'm finding is nicer than others. This was kind of wide, and this was kind of more compact and stiffer. So I guess it depends on the lot you get. I don't know, but so far to get this done, I think I've used, it was either 2 or 3 of the packages of the raffia. And there's 3 in a bag, at least there used to be. Like I said, I bought this several, you know, about 3 years ago with the intent of making it. So anyway, so you shouldn't need more than 2 or 3 of these. Of course, with the second loop, the second hoop, you're going to use more because it's bigger. But you can do this with as many of the things as you want and make it as thick as you want. So I just wanted to show you that, to sort of, you know, crumple it up a little bit and manipulate it before you tie it too. But see, now I'm starting a new section, and you want to push it over as tight as you can and fill up each section. So I have 2 more sections to go on this part, and then I'll be back later. Like I said, I'm hoping I get this done today. So we'll see, because like I said, I have to go out. But I just wanted to share that part with you, because otherwise it does kind of look like a broom. You know, you don't want them all the same length and all the same, well, yeah, just kind of mush it up a little bit. All right, I'll be back. raffia got me. So it went quite a ways. And like I said, I don't know if they've done the shrinkflation thing on this now because I haven't bought it for a while. But, so I'm thinking you probably wouldn't need more than 4 of these, but I'm just guessing. You kind of have to see how much is in the packages now. But that's what I'm doing, so hopefully if anybody wants to make one of these, I have enough in the tutorial here where you'll be able to make one yourself. All right, gotta get busy. Time's a ticking. I got the first layer done. So that's what it looks like. Now I'm finding that as I'm going along on this, that not cutting these exactly all the same length, some a little shorter, some a little longer, gives a much nicer look than all of them cut at the same length. I'm talking about the strips that you're going to put around. So that's pretty much it for now. I need to have some breakfast and start getting ready to go to my appointment. But later on I'm going to start on the second layer, and it'll make it a little fuller. But I mean, you could even stop at this point if you wanted to, because that would still look cute, but I just want to make mine a little bit fuller. So this didn't take more than 2 packages of this. So, but, you know, I mean, this would be fine too. Still looks cute. But I'm going to go ahead and put another layer around mine, and it'll make it a little bit fuller and a little bit bigger. All right, I'm going to stop for now because it's time to have some breakfast. And so let's go over to the refrigerator. Okay, let's see what's for breakfast this morning. Okay, I brought home some leftovers, and in there are those cucumber things I was telling you about. So I'm going to eat those for breakfast, and then the rest is going to be for dinner. I still have some fish, not fish. Still have some green beans I need to cook from the garden. This is hummus I had for a snack. I have my lemon and my lime juice yet. I think I'm going to eat some of this yogurt because it's still half a container, and I have to eat up my grapes before they go bad. So I only have one dressing up here, and that is Thousand Island. So I have to bring a couple dressings up from my stash. Let's see. All right, here's my grapes and a teeny tiny bit of the ranch dressing. I should put that up here where it belongs. There's just a little squirt left in there. All right, and I'm probably going to need some bread because those 2 little pieces that I brought home are not going to be enough. I still have a dozen eggs and 3, so that's still good. All the cheeses, a little tiny bit of, maybe no, I'll save that for a sandwich for later. And I still have some of the fake and bacon. Still a little tiny bit of coleslaw. I have to eat that today. And I have this pasta I cooked ahead. Some of my homemade pickles. Still plenty of produce left. Have to start eating that up. And down here I have apples and oranges and mandarins. So still plenty of food. No worries, I'm not going to go hungry. All right. Oh, this door. I will meet you by the stove. Okay, well here are those little yummy hors d'oeuvres they had. And it's just on some marble rye, just a cucumber and the ranch dressing with the cream cheese and the dill, and then some pepper on top. Really, really yummy. All right, I know I'm going on and on about it, but everybody thought they were great. They just kept going back and eating. All right, now I have a piece of French bread and a piece of Italian bread from the freezer. And I have this little bit of brie cheese left. And I don't want it to go bad because it was really good. And I'm just going to put this on my bread and stick it in the toaster oven. And have a little bit of melted brie on my bread. Nothing fancy this morning. Just basics, you know, it doesn't always have to be cooking pancakes and waffles and, you know, eggs, and it can be something simple and delicious. So I'm going to use up the rest of this brie cheese. So there's another thing gone out of my refrigerator. And tonight I'm probably just going to have some leftovers from yesterday, and I still have some things that need to be eaten up. So I don't need to cook much. I might make some macaroni and cheese, but I'm not sure about that. It depends on what time I get home. So okay, that's that. Now I'm going to stick that in the toaster oven or the air fryer, whichever, and just let that cheese melt a little bit. And that's going to be my breakfast. And then I have the yogurt, and in here I have some vanilla and some couple packs of sweetener, and then my grapes. So I'm going to get this all put together, and then I'll be back. All right, so here is my easy breakfast this morning. Leftovers from last night. The rest of my brie cheese, and it's all nice and melty. And as you all know, my yogurt and grapes. So that's it for breakfast this morning, and of course coffee. So I will be back later, and we'll see what's for dinner, and we'll see how I've come along on my little wreath. So I have a bunch of leftovers. I have leftovers from the party yesterday I brought home. They had made me 2 veggie burgers. Oh, these are so hard to open. They're nice for freezing, but they're really hard to get open. So I brought home the cheeseburger, and they had corn casserole, cheesy potatoes, and broccoli cheese stuff. So lots of cheese going on there. So I don't have any buns, but I feel like having that on a burger style. So I actually prefer a burger on bread. So this is my Walmart bread. So I'm going to heat that up, and I'm going to put some mayo must on there because I always put mustard and mayonnaise on, and so I just use that. And from my pantry, this is from Dollar Tree when it was $1, I have Velveeta cheese sauce. So I'm going to add that to these pasta noodles. And then I still have a little coleslaw here from the other day that I'm going to put on my burger. So using up what I have, and then I'm making some English breakfast tea for my after dinner beverage. And I like a very strong tea, so I kind of leave it in there for quite a while. But that's just me. So that's what I'm having today. And I need to heat these up. And I think this cheese sauce will be enough. I don't like my macaroni and cheese swimming in the sauce. As a matter of fact, sometimes I like the macaroni and cheese better the second day, once it's all soaked into the noodles. So first thing I'm going to do is just heat up this burger patty a little bit, and also the rest of these things. I'm going to heat those up in the microwave, and then I'm going to toast my bread in the pan. So I will be back shortly, and we'll see what I put together. Okay, so I just have a piece of bread here, and I want to add more cheese. I like lots of cheese on my burger. So I'm just going to put that on the top. And I'm also going to put some of this coleslaw on top. I hope this tastes good. If not, well, how bad can it taste, right? I mean, you put pickles on your burger, so why not this? All right. And then I'm going to top this with some mayo must now. All right, and I'm just going to let that heat up, toast the one side, and then I'm going to turn it over. Now I saved some of the pasta for breakfast tomorrow, because you guys know how much I love noodles and eggs, so I'm going to have that for breakfast. And the rest of this I'm going to heat up in the microwave. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so here's my mac and cheese, and I have plenty left for tomorrow for a meal, because I still have that little fish fillet, and I have a little tiny bit of green beans that I'll probably eat with that. We'll see tomorrow. So I have that, and then here I have my leftover coleslaw. I'm just going to eat the rest of that plain. I have a little bit of mac and cheese, and then all the little casseroles from last night's party. So this is my dinner for tonight, quick and easy, using up what I have. So let me give this burger a taste and see if the coleslaw in there is any good. Looks good. Proof is in the taste though, right? It's very flavorful and tasty. And it's good with the mayo must. All right. I'm going to eat my dinner, then I'm going to work a little bit more on my Scarecrow Wreath, and if I get it done, I probably won't get it done tonight, probably finish it up tomorrow, because it's already 5:30, so, but I'll be back. Well, dinner was good. I only ate half my burger because the sides were plenty to fill me up. So I'll save that for another meal. I cut off some of this Malabar spinach. It's the only one that actually started to grow. So I'm going to try and root it and grow it inside. If you've never had Malabar spinach, it's really tasty. It's a vine. It grows into a vine. And they say you can make cuttings out of it. So we'll see. All right, I still am not done with my little wreath, so I can't show you that. I didn't make any progress on that because I was gone. I had to go get my daughter a birthday present. So I did that, and by the time I got home, it was dinner time, and it was like, So I'm going to go relax a little bit. Maybe I'll work on the wreath a little bit. If not, I'll finish it up tomorrow morning. And one of my viewers was asking, she wanted me to talk a little bit about food waste and how I avoid food waste. Well, the first thing that I do is I try not to overbuy. I try to gauge what it is I need, even though I usually only shop once a month, with sometimes a little produce shop in between. But the first thing I do, I use up everything I have. And I make my recipes around what I have in the refrigerator and in the freezer. I don't do it the opposite way around, that I buy ingredients for recipes. So, and pretty much most of the things that I cook are more on the basic side, and I try to keep the ingredients simple. So the second tip that I could give you is not to overcook either. By that I mean don't make too much food. Now you can have a variety of food, but only make enough for 1 or 2 meals. So, you know, if you make a lasagna for 2 days, and then the next day you make something, let's say an enchilada casserole for 2 days, and then you can mix and match. And I usually don't cook more than for like 3 days because I don't like food that's really older than 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator. To me, it starts to taste a little funky, and then I don't like it. So I don't overcook. I don't make a lasagna for 6 or 8. I make a lasagna for 2, or however many people you have in your family. Now, I can only speak to how I cook for myself, and it's basically just me, because even though my grandson lives with me, he's not a vegetarian. So he usually picks up his own food. I mean, I'll make him macaroni and cheese sometimes, and I used to make him some of the things he likes, but then he started not eating those either. So he's kind of on his own. I mean, he's going to be 20 years old this coming up week, so, you know, he's old enough to feed himself, so that's what he does. And what else can I tell you? If I have things that I need to eat up, let's say cooked veggies, then I'll eat those first. I won't make a salad or anything like that to go with it, because that'll fill me up too. And, you know, I don't want to eat after I'm full. I stop eating. So, like tomorrow, I will have that half of a burger, and I made enough macaroni and cheese for 1 meal, and I've saved enough pasta for breakfast. So all that will be eaten up tomorrow. Now, if I cook ahead because I know that I'm going to be really busy, like when I, did the garden, like I said, I cooked several meals, but not more than 3 days worth. And then I cook small portions. I find it really difficult to cook for one unless you're cooking a piece of meat, whether it's vegan or regular meat, and a potato. So the only way that I can cook for one is to do that. But casseroles and soups and things like that, it's really hard to cook one portion. So that's how I do it. I only cook enough for 2 days. The other thing that I do, if I know after a couple of days that I'm not going to be able to eat all the food that I have, then I'll freeze a second or a third portion, however much I have left. But I don't really like to go past 3 days before I actually freeze something. So those are pretty much the 3 ways that I avoid food waste. I try not to overbuy, I try not to overcook, and I freeze. I freeze meals. And those are very much appreciated on busy days too. So if I know that I'm going to be busy for 2 days and I have freezer meals in the freezer, enough for 2 days, then I'll pull one each day in the morning, and then that'll be my dinner. So it works out pretty well for me. Like I said, I only cook for me, but that would work too if, you know, if you have a husband or a roommate or whatever your arrangement is. It gets a little bit more difficult when you have several children that you cook for. And honestly, even though I had 3 kids, I really don't remember if I had a lot of food waste or not. I don't think I did, because I had 2 boys, and they could eat. So most of the food got eaten. And back then, I was not vegetarian when I had my kids. So, we ate meat back then. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you had a good day. And I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.